What's going on, people of the internet? Welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, hey, how's it going? My name's Caitlin. I make 4 videos a week on this channel. Monday and Friday are entrepreneurship and life advice, and Tuesday and Thursday are dedicated primary to sneakers. For today's video, we're going to mix it up a little bit. I know a lot of people out there are working from home right now because of the pandemic, so I'm going to show you guys my entrepreneur work from home kind of desktop setup, what equipment I have, what tools I have there to help me do a better job in doing what I do in running my business. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to my 2020 entrepreneur desk setup, where I break down my current setup for you guys. This is the setup that I use on the daily to edit videos, run my business, and all kinds of good stuff. So I wanted to go in depth and show you guys. Right now you're just looking at some exterior shots of the complete setup before we dive down deeper to the individual pieces that make up my setup. The powerhouse behind this setup is my 2015 MacBook Pro. It's the 13-inch with Retina. It's got a nice D-brand all-black case on there, and it is the powerhouse behind this current setup. Gets the job done pretty nice. Don't have too many complaints. Could use some more storage, but what MacBook can't? Next up on the list, we have one of the Blue Yeti USB microphones that just plugs in right to a laptop. It's super helpful. I picked it up for 40 bucks used, and I originally picked it up because I was planning on starting a podcast, which still hasn't happened, but hey, maybe shortly in the future. Now, aside from my MacBook Pro, the other powerhouse here in the system is my 7th generation iPad, which I recently picked up. It's fantastic. I love it. It helps me keep a schedule, or if I also need to FaceTime a client while doing some work. I also have an Apple Pencil that goes alongside that. And then probably the big mega of the setup is my external monitor. For me, that's super important because of how much time I spent at a computer. I needed a nice external monitor that was gonna be a little bit easier to look at. So I have a 34-inch curved Samsung LED monitor, and let me just tell you, it has been a complete game changer for all my editing. The colors on it just pop. It helps me see more of my timeline. I just love this beauty. I can't imagine using any other monitor. So if you're looking for an external monitor, I definitely recommend the 34-inch Samsung LED curved monitor. Now, I wanted to keep most of the cables on my desk to a minimum, so I actually got a wireless Generation 1 Apple keypad and a wireless, also Generation 1 Apple trackpad that both combine together, no cords, both can hook up to my iPad 7th generation as well, so it's a little bit more of a versatile setup. Sometimes the trackpad can be a little bit of a headache to edit with, so I do have a M325 Logitech mouse that I just plug in via USB, and that gives me a different option when I'm editing or if I want to switch things up. In terms of audio, I have just a basic pair of Beats by Dre Studio 2s that came when I bought my MacBook from Apple, so shout out to Apple for that student deal. I love these headphones. I recently had to replace the cushion, but they still look dope. They're super durable, and for me and what I do, the audio quality in the Beats by Dre is more than enough. Moving over to the right side of my desk, we have just a simple stand that allows me to charge both my Apple Watch and my iPhone at the same time, and a Google Home Mini, which is great for music and just asking Google to do things for you. Now, if you can't tell from pretty much everything in my room, red is definitely my favorite color, so when I saw a red kind of desk mate, I knew I had to get it. I got this from a company called A Tailor Bird on Amazon. They have super reliable pricing. This thing is just great. It helps keep your desk clean. If you're eating or drinking at your desk, it makes it a little bit firmer so your MacBook or your mouse pad aren't going to be sliding away. Next up, I wanted to be able to have a computer riser to raise my monitor up a little bit. What I love about this is it gives me a little bit of extra storage, as well as giving my monitor a little bit of a taller perspective, so I can actually store my keypad and my mouse under there when I don't need them, so if I need a little bit more desktop space. Next up on the accessory list, we have a red external hard drive. It's from Seagate, and I believe it is 1 terabyte, so it's been great. If you are a video editor of any kind and you don't have an external hard drive, you need to get one of these immediately because it will save you a lot of headaches. Unfortunately, one of the downsides of the MacBooks is they don't have a ton of video storage. Next, we're moving on to the Mophie wireless charger that I have on my desk. I just like to keep that around and fully charged because you never know when something is going to run out of battery after using it. And as you can tell by looking at my desk setup, there's a lot going on here. There's a lot of tech, which is why I love my current desk, because it allows for a lot of versatility. I can pull out a drawer really simply, so I can move my MacBook Pro down, which creates a lot more space up on my desktop for other things, and I can use just my iPad, so there's lots of versatility with the desk setup that I have. And now actually that I pulled out that drawer, that reminds me I have a blue Moleskine, just basic bullet journal that I use to jot down a lot of notes. I have one for business, and then I have one for more personal stuff, but this is the blue one. I'm not going to open it because there's some private stuff in there that y'all don't need to know about. And lastly, before we go, I gotta touch on what I sit on, and that is a basic IKEA stool. Obviously, it's a little bit of a tight quarter, so I don't have a lot of room for a big wheelie chair or anything like that, so a stool suffices. This is a really comfortable stool. I love it. I just recently picked it up from IKEA. Well, looks like that is all the time we have on today's video. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch. It really truly means a lot to me. Let me know down in the comments below what are necessary tools in your work from home desktop area and what tools you might be picking up based on my video. Anyways, if you guys liked today's video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up and then hit that subscribe button to join the family. We got lots of room here, just starting this YouTube journey, and I'm excited to see where it takes us on entrepreneurship, sneakers, and all that kind of good stuff. Anyways, thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch, and as always, I'll catch you in the next video.